when you come here, everyone's pantay-pantay.
Exactly. Yep.
So you have to start from the bottom.
Exactly.
You have to kailangan mo ma-realize na wala kang ma-experience dito eh. You have to start from the very bottom. If you can't handle that and gusto mo mataas ka agad,
seldom happens.
Wala yun. Wala.
Yeah.
Wala. Mahirapan ka. Swerte ka kung makakuha ka ng ganung position right away. But everyone, well, majority of the persons I know here, mga kasama namin, we had to start from the bottom.
Every year, thousands of people migrate to other countries in search for a better life.
Each one with a story to tell of courage and determination.
Adjusting to a new country is not that easy.
Here at Migrant Tribe, we honor you.
So join us as we share our stories from our journey down under.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Migrant Tribe, stories from our journey down under, episode 45. This is Joseph. In today's episode, we'll be interviewing someone. He'll be sharing his experience, life living in New Zealand as a Filipino migrant. So to introduce our guest is someone so much like me. Hey, it's me now. So together with me in today's episode is a good friend that I've known way back since I was this high, and he decided to migrate to New Zealand a couple of years back. So a big Migrant Tribe, welcome to Gary. Hi Gary, how you doing?
Hello.
Okay, good. So let's start off with the obvious questions. Let's get it out. So what made you brief background, both me and Gary, we kind of migrated a bit late, when most people would kind of migrate in their late 20s, early 30s. We kind of migrated in our 40s. So Gary, and maybe later on we'll be lucky, your wife will join you. What was the reason you decided to migrate to New Zealand?
Maraming factors yan eh. I think may trigger point. That's what we call probably a trigger point. So nung panahon yon, ano tawag to? I think it was Estrada, di ba?
The
Estrada.
President Estrada.
Tapos Panay Rally nun eh. Panay Rally. Actually, one of the trigger points was that. Tapos buntis pa yan. Ano ba yun? Buntis si Gretchen. And then we had to, like, sa daming rally, I had to bring her to, sabi namin, ay, sinundo ko siya. And then, actually, yun ang naalala ko, one of the trigger points. Sinundo ko siya, hindi kami makauwi because, di ba, syempre, EDSA.
Right.
So, Panay Rally, EDSA, black yung mga roads. And then, buntis siya. Sabi ko, mag-ano lang tayo, LRT. So, LRT kami, buntis siya. Pagdating namin sa LRT, super puno. Hindi ko pasok. Sabi ko, imposible ito ah. Paano tayo makakauwi? Hindi ko alam. Actually, I don't remember how we got home that night. Pero na-traumatize kami doon eh. Sabi ko, ito buntis, sasakay ko sa LRT, right? Ano mga klaseng environment to? And then, after a few years, nanganak na si Gretchen and stuff. I think siguro 2 years after. Estrada pa rin ba yan, Gretch? I think Estrada pa rin yun eh. How many years ba nagra-rally? Anyway, mag-US kami eh. So, lahat kami, may mga tourist visa and stuff like that, di ba? So, syempre, may baby ka, gusto mo sama. I mean, ba't naman maiiwan, right? Family kayo. So, nag-apply kami sa visa for the embassy. Pag nag-apply kami sa US Embassy, so, kala namin, relax. Everyone has a visa. And then suddenly, they denied. We got surprised. We got denied. Actually, not us. Yung anak ko, na baby, was denied. Ano reason? Diba? What's the reason? So, para bang naisip mo, they want to make sure that you're gonna return. So that's
Exactly.
how bad the reputation of Filipinos, right?
Or back then, yeah.
So sabi namin, parang kang natatrap dito and everyone looks down, and then we must have, ang parang naisip namin, kailangan mapalitan natin yung passport natin. I mean,
Okay, that's a very very unique way of deciding
hindi,
to
kasi,
migrate.
Tsaka syempre, it piled up. Business was bad at that time.
Mhm. Economy wasn't
ano ba
doing
yun?
well. Yep.
Business was bad at that time.
Yeah.
Tapos, para bang year in between business yata kami nun eh.
Right.
So, sabi namin, naisip namin actually first was Canada.
Mhm.
Nag-apply na kami ng Canada for like how many years na, no? Mga siguro 2 years na hindi pa lumalabas. So, so ang tagal na. Mga back in 2005 yata yun, 2005. Tama ba? Joe, di ba halos sabay tayo?
Now you're
ng
ahead
tanong,
by a couple of years. By mga 4 years.
Tapos
we-
by 2006, yung friend ni Gretch, nakapasok sa New Zealand.
Okay,
Sabi
someone
sa
told you
kanya,
about New
actually,
Zealand.
yung office mate, yung sister ng office mate na nakapasok sa New Zealand, say, hey, maluwag na yun yung mga point system mababa.
Right.
So, trinay namin. Si Gretch nag-try ng points. Actually, even in Australia, tinignan namin yung points eh.
Mhm.
So, mas favorable yung New Zealand. So, very
Back then.
open. New Zealand was very open back then, but we were waiting for Canada. So, kumbaga, nag-piled up and everything kasi sana labo nito mga administration. I think naging, sino ba 2007? Sinong 2006? Sino yung president? Very political, no? Pero,
yes.
eksakto yan eh.
Very
Panahon naman
timely.
ng election ngayon eh. Ha? I
Very
think Gloria
timely.
na-oust na si nun eh. Tapos, Gloria na, no? Gloria na.
Yes,
ba
yes.
yan?
Yes. She was a VP.
Tapos, same, di ba? Same, kala mo okay si Gloria and stuff like that.
And then
So, sabi namin, wala. Kasi yung politics sa atin, akala nila it's not affecting lives, but it's really affecting the business and stuff like that.
Yep, the everyday life. Yep.
Diba? There's no stability actually. Yun ang right word. Para bang hindi mo malaman na hindi mo malaman yung continuity ng life mo because of the economic and political
Situation.
environment.
Yep. Good.
Yun ang mga triggers namin.
Trigger points.
Tapos, trigger points.
And to think that you chose New Zealand despite not having family or even close friends in New Zealand.
Despite na hindi pa namin alam kung ano yun. We don't even know what's in there. We don't have any idea what it looks like.
Mhm.
We don't even know that Auckland was the capital. Wellington was the capital and Auckland was the biggest city.
Yes, the main
No
city. Yep.
idea. Sabi lang namin, mukhang maganda yung reviews.
Okay.
Andun naman
May Amazon
yung-
reviews ba? Okay.
Andun naman yung sister ng office mate ni Gretch.
Uh-huh.
Tapos sabi niya, very good daw yung environment.
Okay.
So sabi niya, let's just try something else rather than here. Sabi namin, kailangan makalabas tayo dito. Para bang sawa na kami. Sabi namin, actually, excited nga kami nung nakapasok sa New Zealand. It
Okay.
was like a new beginning talaga. Like,
Exactly.
even though marami kang fears, para bang you're more excited because of the opportunities that can be presented to you. That was you were thinking at that time, diba? There's nothing, ano pa bang, kumbaga, wala nang,
What's the worst thing that can happen?
what's the worst thing can happen? Worst na nga yung nangyayari sa
Okay.
Pilipinas eh. Well, I don't know now. Maybe it's even worse now. But back then, I felt that it was really, really bad.
Okay.
Yun ang impression namin.
Okay. Is she able to join you now? For the next question?
Sino?
Gretchen?
Yung dumating na ba?
Is she there?
Alika na. Nagpapakipot pa eh. Alika na. Nag-makeup ka na eh. Alika na.
Maganda kasi yung next question for her.
Alika na. Tingnan mo. Tapos mamaya sisingit. Alika na.
Tapos nagko-coach.
O coach
Coach.
mo na lang ako dito from the background. Okay? Tingnan mo kung tama answer.
Okay.
Sige. Ano pa ba? So yun ang situation namin.
Okay. So, prior to or maybe Gretchen wants to answer, what was your greatest concerns or fears prior to migrating?
Ay, syempre yung job.
Job. Yep.
Kasi kami, sabi namin all for one and one for all.
Uh-huh.
Walang iwanan. So,
Right.
lahat kami. Kasi totally, no jobs. Wala pang job nun. Hindi ka naman pwede mag-apply pa nun. Diba?
Mhm.
So, kailangan pagpasok mo, doon ka pala mag-apply. Walang
Of course.
interview, nothing at all. You just, tapos sabi namin, sama-sama tayo, walang iwanan. So, kasama namin yung dalawang anak namin, which is like 4 and 10.
Mhm.
4 and 10-year-old. Tapos you're going into an environment na hindi mo pa nakita, nothing at all, you just read about it, look at your internet, diba? And then, kung wala naman actually mga vlogs, meron isang dati, Pinoy
Yahoo
NZ.
group. There was a Yahoo group, I think, before.
Pinoy NZ.
Yeah, something
Tapos,
like that.
meron kaming, before kami pumunta dito, meron kaming nakilala na kasabay namin. Actually, nagkita-kita kami sa Thailand for the interview. The interview back then was in Thailand.
Yep.
So, you have to go to Thailand. Talagang kailangan talaga decidido ka kasi you're gonna spend. You're gonna have to go to Thailand, you can interview and stuff. So, tapos yung group doon, yun lang ang group doon dati. Meron doon mga, ano ba yung nagbibigay yung mga tips? May mga from New Zealand before?
May isang girl na nagpa-vlog.
O may isang girl na nagpa-vlog. Yun lang, very limited lang.
Oh, okay.
Oo.
Ngayon,
Tapos may kasabay ka, so I guess yung feeling mo na uy, may kasabay naman pala ako eh. So
that helps out.
So
It really helps out.
that di ba, lessens your fear.
Okay.
Ang fear mo talaga was
Not finding a job.
Where will you live? Maganda ba yung pupuntahan mong city, yung area, hindi mo alam eh. Totally. Paano yung research ka lang eh, pero not in practice eh. So it's all theory, no practice, right?
And based on what I've heard is in New Zealand, the visa that you applied for is that you actually had to find a job in your field within a certain period of time. Otherwise, they will ask you to leave. Do you wanna expound on that? Expound on that?
Yung panahon namin was work to residence visa.
Mm-hmm.
So the applicant, may principal applicant is based on points. Based on points, si Gretchen was the principal applicant because ang ganda yung employment record niya.
Mm-hmm.
Tsaka yung education niya, may master's degree pa siya. So it all adds to your points. Master's degree, employment was a multinational which counts to additional points. So yung work to residence visa is you have 2 years to find work here.
2 years. Okay.
And then doon ka magkakaroon na... Actually,
in the field that you chose,
pala,
right? In the field that you applied for.
Yes. Otherwise, mag-expire yung work to residence mo and you won't get the permanent residence. So, you have 2 years to work on it.
And I think then there was a bit of pressure.
Oh, of course. Kailangan yung job mo is what you have declared on your application. So, pag hindi mo nakuha yon at your first try, hindi mamamblema ka, di ba?
Yeah, right.
So, swerte naman si Gretchen. She was able to get right away, I think a month after when we arrived there. Arrived here na meron na swerte. Kasi, siyempre, I mean, malaki yung points mo kasi in demand yung job mo eh, right? So, that's why you have big points. So, in a way, hindi may pressure ka pero alam mo naman na ano siya ba't ka naman bibigyan ng points kung hindi naman in demand yung job.
It's doable. Okay. So you were
doable.
relying that...
So maganda yung system in such a way na secure ka kasi baka nasa shortlist ka, di ba? Alam mo yan. So alam mo, pag naghanap ng trabaho, maraming mga job opening. So maganda yung system of migration.
Okay.
Ina-update na nila yung point system niya, mabilis sila mag-update. Nung kami lang, ano lang yun timing lang, at 2006. Biro mo, within 1 year, na-approve kami. 2006, bumaba yung points from, ano yung Gretsch points? From 140 points ang kailangan mo makuha, bumaba to 100 points. So it means ganun sila ka-desperate to get in.
To get people in.
Yeah. Wala ka na makukuha ang ganun nun. Ngayon ang point system is, I think now, kailangan mong may job offer ka eh.
Oh, okay.
Ganun kataas yung point system ngayon.
Okay.
Na
You
para
have to have an
makuha mo yung
employer
points
to
na yun,
actually wanting to hire you.
yes.
Wow.
Pag kinocompute ko yung points na yun, hindi ako ganun ka-accurate, baka quote nila ako.
No. Okay.
Pero yun ang naririnig ko ngayon that yung points ngayon is so high that you must have an offer
To qualify. Okay.
to qualify.
So I guess you were very fortunate that you applied when
No,
it was-
timing.
Yeah, the timing was
talaga.
good.
Timing.
Yeah.
Wala nang work to residence. Wala na.
Okay. Yeah, they took
Wala
that
na yan.
reason away.
Ano yan? Iba na ngayon eh. Iba na yung system ngayon.
Okay, so upon arriving, so you're there. What was the biggest adjustment for you and your family?
Kasi may kids ka eh. Ano ang biggest adjustment is yung lifestyle. Totally different lifestyle.
Mhm.
Di ba sa Philippines, may pag-iiwanan ka ng mga kids palagi.
Right. Exactly. Mhm.
Eh dito hindi pwede, bawal yun. so,
Mhm.
so, hahanap ka ng job na mag-fit dun sa family schedule mo, right?
Mhm.
So, basically, may naman mga 8 to 5 jobs si Gretsch. So, okay lang yon. Ako, problema ko, nakuha ko is a shifting job sa telco. So, ang shift ko was day, night, 12 hours. Right?
Okay.
So, pag pumapasok yung kids, sabi ni Jujun, dyan na siya. Pag pumapasok yung kids,
Okay, go. Correct.
diba? Okay. Pag pumapasok yung kids, sino susundo? Paano kung may trabaho kayo pareho, right? Mahirap eh. Ang weird ng pasok pa nga ng kids eh. 9 to 2. What's it? Right? Primary? 1:45? 2:45? No, that's in high school.
High school 3:15.
9 to 2:45. Weird, no? Hindi pa 7 eh. Sa Pilipinas, 7 start, right? So, nahahatid ng mga office workers.
Mhm.
Tapos, paglabas mo, nag-school bus ka lang or 2 or 3 o'clock. Ano ba? Hindi ko alam yung... Tayo kasi, half day eh.
Right.
But yun ang challenge mo eh. Is, sino ba susundo? Paano yun? Hindi mo pwedeng iwanan. May mga daycare
Mhm.
which are expensive. Buti lang may community center, may pag-iiwanan sila.
Yep.
So, meron naman system sila in place because they know na marami nang nagiging dual income families. So,
Mhm.
families na both husband and wife are working. So, since nag-a-adjust naman yung society dito, yung community na nagsa-set up sila ng mga community. Back then, hindi pa masyadong uso yung daycare.
Yep.
Back then was more of community center. The community center is where all the kids na pwede mong iwan until 5. May cut-off pa yun. 5. So, yung bad experience lang, may bad experience lang. Kwento ko ba dito?
Yeah. Unforgettable nga. So it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
Kala mo, wala nang loloko dito. My first job, niloko ko.
Okay. You didn't get paid?
They take advantage. Siyempre, may mga taong take advantage ng migrant.
Of newly arrived migrants. So you worked for that person and you didn't get paid? Is that how it worked?
My first job yun na nangyari sa akin. Nag-overtime ako. Tapos nag-work ka ng mga sa gabi.
Mhm.
Tapos hindi yan sinabi sa akin, I won't pay you overtime. Ay ko, bakit? Wala.
Just simply because. Okay.
Wala.
Okay.
Sagot sa akin, migrant ka eh, ganyan.
Okay.
Hindi,
Not a very good Okay.
Hindi maganda. Yun ang
That was the only
bad. Up to now, naalala ko yun. Kasi
Okay.
pero mo, first job mo. First time ka nakarating dito, kala mo, everything is, what? The grass is green, di ba?
Oh. And
Kala
people
mo,
will actually
roses.
follow the laws. But they don't.
Oo, kala mo, everything is a bed of roses. Eh. Pero hindi man pala.
Okay.
Right?
It's never
yeah,
a bed
medyo,
of roses.
Oo.
Okay.
So medyo ano ka rin.
So Gary, next question. If you had to, best thing about living in New Zealand.
Well, here,
It's not the 50s.
environment.
Environment.
Stability. Oo. Nagulat kami. We're so lucky na we chose this country. Very, very, very lucky. Sobrang
Fortunate.
hindi ko maano pero sobrang stable eh. Medyo, how do you put it? That wala ka masyadong worries. Once you
Okay.
have a job, well, you need to have a job. You have to work.
Of course.
Definitely you have to work. Diba? And you have to work hard. You have to be
Yes.
dedicated to your job.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
But once you have that, basta, ganda ng environment mo.
Right.
Everything's fixed. I can't. Meron ka syempre
Mhm.
mga pintas sa government, konti lang, but it's not a biggie. Alam mo yun? It's not
Right.
a biggie.
Right. It's
It's not a
bearable.
biggie.
Not a deal breaker.
Okay. Correct.
Not a deal breaker. Oh. And in fact, you want it like that because the voters can control the political arena. Kaya talagang kung ano yung gusto ng tao, nasusunod eh. Ganun eh.
Okay. So the last question is, knowing what you know now, if you had to start all over again, is there something that you'd do differently?
Ako, I would
Yeah.
start earlier.
Okay, you would have migrated years
I
earlier.
would have migrated. If I know ito yung ganito yung
The type of life you
Well,
have
so-
there.
kung probably the same environment will happen again. Siyempre, if you migrated earlier, remember, you'll be facing, nung panahon ng mga 1970s, I heard na walang mga mall dito eh. Kasi yung
Okay.
mga malls, nagsasara ng 5 a.m. and then
Mm-hmm.
everyone, masyado naman, I think, laid back before. And masyadong hindi sila sanay sa migrant, baka mahirapan ka to adjust because totally iba yung culture.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
But if let's say I would do this again, probably I would really consider doing this earlier.
Okay. Knowing what you know now. Good. I'm back. Okay. That's next. Gary? Favorite place in New Zealand?
Dami eh. Actually, still, no matter what, home sweet home.
That's a good, very good answer.
Pero everywhere talaga. I mean, I don't mind, throw me anywhere here.
Food.
Wala kasing ano dito eh. What do you call
Dish?
it? Walang
National-
food ang New Zealand eh. Well, not really lamb, no? Lamb is just very common. So, ano ba favorite food natin dito? Nothing eh. Nothing
Takeaway.
really. Ang tawag namin dito takeaways. Maraming takeaways na very, very authentic and takeaways eh. It's very multicultural. So,
Mhm.
if you have Thai, it's really Thai food. If you have Japanese, it's really Japanese food.
Oh, okay.
Kasi galing talaga sila sa, galing sila sa Japan, siyempre, tapos galing sila, Thailand talaga yung gumagawa. So,
Okay.
wala siguro everything.
Okay. So, next question. Advice to someone who's, let's say, still deciding whether they move to New Zealand or not. Any general advice that you can give?
Well, kung makakapasok ka,
Go for it.
talagang, no turn. Tsaka here kasi, you really have to, you have to adjust. Meron kami mga kilala na you cannot adjust because mataas yung, alam mo yung social stature, yung medyo, well, you have to admit may mga social classes tayo sa Pilipinas, di ba?
Okay.
When you come here, everyone's pantay-pantay.
Exactly.
So, you have to start from the bottom.
Exactly.
You have to kailangan mo ma-realize na wala kang na-experience dito eh. You have to start from the very bottom. If you can't handle that and gusto mo mataas ka agad,
Seldom happens.
wala yun. Wala.
Yeah.
Wala. Mahirapan ka. Swerte ka kung makakuha ka ng ganung position right away.
So that was my interview with Gary all the way from New Zealand. I hope most of you were able to pick up something. Now, if there's any topic that you'd like us to discuss here on the Migrant Tribe regarding stories that you think worth sharing with others, please message us or send us an email here on the Migrant Tribe. And yeah, and that's all. So please continue watching the Migrant Tribe, like and subscribe to our channel, and bye.